Hello, Peter with Math Games. Today we're doing MBT. I've been away for a little bit. I was ill, but we're back. We're doing the basic scenario. Our turn number is, I believe, 5. I believe it's actually 5. And we're doing, oh, and so we're doing scenario 2 of MBT. We're using all the basic rules and a modification of the advanced rules. So we're only using some of the advanced rules. You can click on the link below and look in the table of contents to see which of the advanced rules we're using. I'm playing the entire MBT series. I'll also be playing FRG, but I'm adding rules in as I go. So we're on the first to be determined line of sight. Go back, click back. And who has line of sight and who doesn't? Okay, so first let's get down to left to right. So heading from the left to right. Left to right, top to bottom. We have these two vehicles over here. They're American NATO vehicles that are claiming these Fords. Well, the four on the bridge. Can they be seen by anybody? The only one. Well, let's see. I'm going to do a draw line of sight between them. Potential sighting vehicles. No. So Americans. No, because there's a city there. No. Okay. So no one has line of sight to them. So I can remove the line of sight markers from them, the spotting markers from them. They're not spotted. Spot move on. Okay, left to right, top to bottom. Next up, this unit right here. The turret damage. This unit has line of sight to that right here. So that is spotted, and they did fire. So that is spotted. These two units right here, up in that area, are spotted by them, I believe. I just want to do a quick range check. Yep, 16 and 16. That's way within spotting ranges for modern vehicles. Okay, moving right along. Obviously that vehicle is spotted right there. Obviously that vehicle is spotted. And all these vehicles spotted. And all of these vehicles right there are spotted. And this vehicle is spotted. This vehicle right here is not spotted. And over here, now things get interesting in this village over here. Let's see if I can get around the village first. That is spotted. That unit is not spotted because it's at -1. This unit or units, let's take a look. Right here. Right here. So let's just draw some lines and see if it's spotted. No, no, no. Yes, so it actually is spotted. And I think now let's look into this town over here. All the action is really happening in this scenario. Okay. First off, we have this unit right here in full cover. And I don't believe they're, well, let's back off a little bit and take a look if they're spotted. right, so they would be spotted by them right here. This vehicle right here that spotted right there. Yep. Now into the village. Pretty much everyone in the village is going to be spotted because it's all a chaotic melee. All right. So of course that's spotted. Well, that unit is not spotted because it's in the next block over. So I can remove the spot move marker. Nice. This unit is spotted by them. This unit is also not spotted. Interesting. All right. So that unit's not spotted. I have to make sure they have the full cover. Because they were in full cover. Let's see if I can find a full cover. I'll just clone one over here. So they're spotted. They're not spotted. That unit spotted. This unit spotted and did smaller, and all those are spotted. And of course, okay. So that's the spawning phase. Now for the command phase. How many units do the NATO forces have on the board? Quite a few. 2, 3, 4, 5. See 6. So I'll make sure there's not more than one unit. 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13. And it'll go in here. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So the United States has 19. I'm actually going to have to put this down as a note right here. So 19 units, and how many commands? I believe it's on this chart. 19 units. It could be on chart B. Yeah, it is on chart B. 19 units. And how many commands? So they're seasoned. 6. So the Americans have 11 commands. So commands, and the Soviets. Left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 13. So we have 13. I'll make sure that's the right kind of marker. Let's see here. Yeah, that's 13. 14, 15, 16. So I believe the Soviets have 16 total units, which gives them 10, 9, 6. They have 9 commands. So Soviets have 9 total commands. All right, so that's it for determining commands. Now we have to assign commands. Make it easy for myself. Go left to right, top to bottom. I'm going to give each of these a move command. Yeah, because they're going to have to claim this point. So they're going to get a move command. Let's go to commands. So the Americans and those, oops, I want them to share that command. No snap. I like the fact that you can choose between no snap markers and snap markers. They give you a choice. That's a very nice feature they gave this. And then we'll go up here. So those units, first this guy right here with the turret damage. Wait a minute to think about him. These two units up here, they're command tracks. That's the first sergeants in the commander tracks. They need to be closer. And if we were using certain of the advanced rules, maybe my entire operation would be out of command. So 10 hexes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they need to be, at least one of them needs to be closer to the action. All right, going down. How about him? Like that 2. A damaged turret. But I don't necessarily want to lose him. I'm just worried that if I bring him over here, yeah, I'm going to give him a move mark. I want to get him to take this bridge right here. And if he draws fire from other directions, that's a bonus. 1, 2, 3. This unit over here is definitely going to fire. So I need a fire marker for this one. Or can I just flip a move marker over? Yeah, I can. I can flip a move marker over. Okay. So I'll put that right there and flip it to fire. Excellent. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 of my total commands. So I have 7 left for the Americans. Now the key area is this village. How are we going to play this? Ooh, we have a complicated situation right here. We got those two up there. Oh, okay, so we're going to be very sure of commands. First of all, this unit, since it's in the mix, it's definitely going to take a command. And it is actually going to take, I'm going to have to give it a fire command. Fire command right here. All right. Excellent. So that's 6. All right, I believe that's 6. Yeah. So 6 left. About this group, well, that one right there, I want to move them. They're gonna get, well, I'm gonna wait on them right now. How about these units? Do they have anything? Oh shoot, they're in bad hell, man. They're in. That 113, first of all, is really vulnerable. So I want that unit right there to have a move command. So let's move the rest of these out here. cool. Let's see. Okay. 2, 3. That I need a move command. And actually, I'm going to give these two a move command. Okay, there you go. This guy. All right. So I put 2 over here. No, I do not want you to have that move command. So that's good. That's good right there. All right. Excellent. Okay. So now how many total commands do I have out there? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 4 more commands. And I need to get help quickly because there are a lot of Russian tanks. So I have 4 more commands and they're... Oh shoot, these are spotting markers. Okay, I have to replace these spotting markers with command markers. Be bad, give me a minute. Okay, so I have 7 commands. What do I do with this him? I'm just gonna give him a fire command. I need to get fired. Or do I give him a short haul command? If I give him a short haul command, and the other units fire, I'm just gonna give him a fire command. So I believe that's 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, and 8 because it's 2 different groups. That's the fire group and this movement group. Okay, so I have 3 more commands. Do they have... I know they have targets. So I'm gonna give them a short halt. 9, now 2 more commands. Get them in as quickly as possible. It may be too late. And there's 11. Okay. So all the American units have a command. There's only 1 unit here and 1 unit here that aren't going to have commands. All right. So now the Soviets. Soviets have 9 commands. Kind of simple. Soviets are going to have plenty of command markers because a lot of these guys... Oh, I need 2 groups. There's 2 groups over there. Okay. So that'll be 1 group. And we'll get fire command. And we have to have 2 fire commands. 1 and 2. All right. So Soviets have 7 commands left. Wow. Oh yeah, they're all gonna share a fire command. Those three are gonna share a fire command. I want these three. Well, two of those two would be fine from button up smoke. Oof. If I give them a short halt, that'd make it very difficult for them to fire because they're firing out a button up smoke. They're gonna fire. So I can actually combine this into one group. Boom. So that's only 3 commands. Soviets have 6 commands left. Oh, yeah, he actually does. I'm going to give him a short hold. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Soviets have 5 commands left. They need a command. They need a command. They need a command. Decisions. Very difficult decisions, actually. Now nothing over here is straightforward. I'm thinking of moving them back. Because if I move them back over here, and I move these back over here, and just let these big boys handle things. So I'm going to give them a move command each. I don't know if I can give infantry short halt. 1, 2. So I have 2 more commands. Is that a squad or a half squad? That's a full squad. We'll give them a move command. And I'll give that unit a move command because it's somebody has eyes on that unit right there. Okay. So I believe that's it for the Soviets. Next is going to be the all-important initiative roll. Boom. Boom. So all the commands are placed. So I'm looking at this situation over here. Right, that's where things are starting to get interesting. The Americans are going to hold on to that. Those 2 for victory points. They have a chance to get that if this unit gets over there. All right, hold that forward. They hold this forward, and they might even hold this forward. But the thing is, the town. There are 2 victory point hexes in the town there and there, and I haven't assigned the values for those victory point hexes yet. So how are now the Americans are in big trouble because they have a lot of their personnel carriers right there, and they have 5 Russian tanks right here ready to pounce. And that Russian tank has a shot against that. So that's why I put a move on that one to the far left, that unit to the far left. I put move command on them because you notice that they're in that M113 and I want to get them out of there. They're not going to behave and have a target because this guy's going to be moving back. You have a suppressed unit over there with no command, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to remove the spotting markers off these units. Boom. I'm going to roll for initiative. I'm going to roll for Soviet first. Soviets roll 45, NATO. NATO rolls at 38. So the Soviets are going to will be the player one, which means they get to fire first, which is bad for the NATO forces. Very bad. All right. So I'm going to start with this unit right here. And it's going to fire at, can fire at this unit that's firing at it, or it can fire at this moving unit. Moving unit's going to be harder to hit. And because I want to prevent the moving unit from reaching that point. However, that unit's more of a threat because it's just sitting there. Its track is broken, it can fire. And there's also this unit right there. So I'm going to take a shot at the moving unit. Meanwhile, this unit, I'm going to assign this weapon and maybe this weapon to them to take on. So those three units in that wood line are going to be focusing on the situation over here with this moving unit coming into the victory point hex and this firing unit right here. So I'm going to take this shot first. So I check the range. The range is 9, so that's going to be short range. So there's going to be a modifier because the target's moving. And the size modifier, of course. So let's go over here. All right. So short range, base is 70. Target is moving. It's going to be -2. Target on cards +1, so it's going to be -1. So I'm going to need 63 to hit. It's going to fire. 13. All right, it gets a hit. And the target location is going to be, it's on level. And it's hitting through the front facing on level. So it's going to be front facing level. So it's going to be turret front. Now we just have to check the penetration factor. Turret front, T72. Oop, there we go. Okay, penetration is 97. That should be enough for a hit. Oh yeah. And the effect number was 3, so that's going to be knocked out. Nice shooting. And good choice. Just have one vehicle fire at that. Yeah. Let's remove that marker. No longer needed. And we just mark it knocked out. Let's see if I can do the whole thing. Actually change that up to knockout. No, I think I'd have to change it to yeah. So right click, damage, boom. All right, there we go. So that's unfortunate shooting. Now we have 2 shots over here against this vehicle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So one is at point blank range, and one is at short range. And the only modifier to both of these is +1 for target size. So it's a +1 target size modifier, unless this has brew up smoke, and it does. So I'm going to do this one first. Short range, brew up smoke -2, +1 for target size. Yeah, no, point blank range, -2 for brew up smoke, point blank -1. So point blank -1 is 81. And there's this hit, and 31 is a hit. So what way is that vehicle facing, first of all? All right, so that's turret front. I mean, that's a front hit. We got a 3. I believe if it's going to be a turret front hit. Excellent. And we already know from this vehicle that that's going to penetrate. And the result is going to be a 1, and it could be no effect. I'll just have to check for a bailout. I think it's no effect. So it's a dud, basically. No damage. Okay, well, he hit and just bounced off. Now I got to check the vehicle for a bailout. So let's look under the bailout chart. Let's see what we got. Down. So armor piercing, no damage. So there's only a 10% chance of it bailing out. Okay. Dice, and we get a 35. So no effect. So now this guy comes right here. So this is going to be with no brew up smoke. I'm just going to double check that. Can't hear it. There we go. Okay, so it's going to be short range +1. So short range +1. 77. 71, and that's a hit. And that's all right. Question is where to, that one's going to be no effect anyway. So let's just go through the process. It's going to be front, hull front, and it's going to be a hit, and the damage is going to be 1. So it's just going to another dud. 65. So this vehicle got lucky. All right. It took 2 hits, and both shots were duds. So sometimes luck plays a factor. Now, where else do we have all these vehicles? Well, let's do this one that's at short haul first. It's going to fire at that vehicle over there. So first of all, I want to check its stabilization factor. Stabilization factor is 3. So it's going to subtract. Well, let's see the range. 2, 3. All right. So it's point blank range, -3 modifier for stabilization, +1 for target size. So it's point blank range -2. Point blank range -2 is 72. And 36. So that does hit. And it's a front side hit. Front side hit with a 3. So it's going to be a turret side hit. So a turret side hit on point blank range, 108. Yeah, 108 penetration. Front side, turret side, level 33. Yeah. And then what's the effect factor? 6. Looking at the effect, and that's going to be a knockout. So get that initiative roll and you get really lucky. Because that's so important, winning that initiative roll. And that's knocked out. And that gets flipped to its move side. Now the fun begins. First I have those two shots there in the button of smoke. Then I have these three shots. And then I have a bunch of juicy targets over here. I'm just going to go, each one of these is going to choose a 113. It's going to choose a troop carrot. And then I'm going to have these two try to take out the M30. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So the size of a troop carrier is going to be what? Size of a troop carrier is -1. Yeah, those 113s are fairly low to the ground. They're built that way. All right, 113. So it's going to be a point blank -1 for each of the hits. So it's going to be an 81 for each of those. So top to bottom, left to right. So 0, 6. So 0 is an immobilization hit. So the first vehicle that's an immobilization. You can track it. That takes enough. The next one, 55, that's a hit. And what direction is it facing? It's front side. I know it's going to penetrate the armor. The question is, what's the damage going to be? I believe that's an easy knockout. Yep, second one's knocked out. And third one is, this is the one with the 81. And that is a no effect. All right, because the 8's going to hit where? Go through it, but that one basically is going to be no effect. So front side, 8. That's going to hit the side of the hull. It's going to be a dud. Now I have to check to see. First, I have to check to see if the unit inside it bails out, which really isn't that big a deal. But the thing is, if the unit inside it bails out, they're going to be suppressed. All right, so armor piercing, no damage, crew, 10 or less. All right, passenger, 50 or less. So the passenger bails out. So the passenger bails out, and they're going to be put under a suppression marker. Put that track hit. Yeah, I put that track hit on top of one of the tanks. Okay. So these guys right here, they bail and they're suppressed. I can move those. Delete and delete. And I can put them under suppression. All right. Now, these two tanks here are going to fire at the battle tank. And they're going to have a +1 modifier, -2. +1, -2, so they're going to have point blank range, -1. Point blank range -1, I believe, is also 81. Yeah. -2 because of the smoke. And then +1 because of the target size. So it's going to be 81. Same thing. 2 shots. First shot hits 43. And it will do some damage. So that's also going to be at front side 4. Turret side. And the result is going to be, oh, it's going to be a knockout. All right, so that gets knocked out. Good shooting. And the other shot doesn't get done because it's at, the tank was already knocked out. It wasn't needed. All right, that's effective, very effective firing for the Soviets this turn. I can basically remove all of these. Right. Except this last guy right here. He will have a move marker on him. And that's it for the Soviets. I'm going to take a minute break. All right, so the only thing I didn't roll, there was a, right here, the M113 that lost its track. I just didn't roll for bailout. Okay, they didn't bail out. So that's it for them. Now it's going to be the American fire phase. I don't know what kind of fire they have left. No, he had a fire marker. I don't know why he still doesn't. But he had a fire marker. There's only three fire markers for the Americans. Okay, so he had a fire marker. And he's going to fire at, change the target. I was going to have him engage these, but these are closer to the main battle area. Besides, I think I can get a flank shot on one of these guys. So let's check that. All right, either way, he's going for one of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 hexes. It's short range, no modifiers. I believe I need an 80. 0, 7. All right, so that's basically a track hit on one of them. Was it 80? No, yeah, no, it was 70, but either way, that's a hit. So 10 is an automatic track hit on those vehicles. And the only thing, as far as survivability, I have to be concerned about is, there you go, is if they bail out. Crew bails out. Nope, no crew bailout. Excellent. Okay. All right, well, track causes track hit, but that's not going to damage Soviets that much. This unit right here. Oh, I'd like to. Oof. Bad angle because it's hitting the front armor. Less of an important position. And these are better angle, and it's an important position, but grew up smoke. So let me check the line of sight. Let's see what we got here. So he does see that. He sees these. He does not see that. The range of 6. So anyways, these are all at short range. Okay, penetrate the front armor. That's the thing. Yeah, I'm going to try it. So it's going to be short range, no modifiers. 70, and I get 10. So I get a 1 for hit location. So it's turret front. That's the worst possible. It's not what I was looking for. Just coming through the front. It's turret front hit. And it's going to be a brew up if it hits, but turret front. So the turret front through the front level is 90. Short range, do I have 90 enough firepower in this thing? Yes, I do. 96, and not only that, it brews it up. That's good because I need to brew up. All right. Because that also adds a lot more smoke in this area right here. All right, that was fortunate. That was good lucky shooting too. Oh shoot! What did I roll? I rolled a 10, right? Yeah, 10 would have hit. I have to remember. I have to check the stabilization factor. But you're going at basic short range shot. Short range shot 70. So even with the worst stabilization, -3, it'd be 49, and it would have hit. Let's just check. I think the stabilization factor on that's a 2. So it still would have hit. And that was nice shooting. Very important now, because if these guys have to fire, they're going to have a -4 for brew up smoke from their own hex and this hex, and that takes out one of these tanks, and then you have the 2 tanks in this hex have a -2 modifier. This guy I don't know about, but all right, let's flip into the move side. Thought I already did, but so the last one right here is these guys, and they want to fire on these guys. So they're leg units. Let's look at leg units for the Americans. Leg units. Okay. So you have a full squad. Is it a heavy mech or is it a mech? I believe it's a heavy mech. Yeah, if you look right there, it's a heavy mech. I wish I could. Let's right click it. And I want to look at the notes. Delete. Yeah, it's HMI. Heavy mech unit. So it's going to have a firepower of, at range of, it's going to have a firepower of 10. Now for the Soviets, their type of unit is also, I believe, going to be heavy. Yeah. I believe I saw heavy over there. So for the Soviet leg units, well, it really doesn't matter. It's just all that matters is the cover. So it's going to be 10. And what's the cover? Is it going to be a 6 cover? They were in full cover, but they were moving. So they lose the full cover stats because of the move command. And I believe when buildings are medium cover, which gives them a 6. So let's take a look. I just want to check the cover type for a wood building. For building wood. All right, it's actually light cover. Let's see if I'm missing anything here. No, okay. So it's light cover. And these leg units get a 4. This is going to be 10-4 on the chart. I don't believe there are any other modifiers. Move across. Going down the GP fire modifiers. Target vehicle, target leg, crawling, short halt. Thermal, overwatch, ammo, dual fire, hasty, air burst. Alright, so there's no vehicle and heavy cover. Okay. So it's going to be a straight 10 to 6. There are no other modifiers. 10 going down to 6. So 37 and 71 are the key numbers. 44. 37 and 71. So 44, that's going to be suppressed, I believe. It's up to 71, it's suppressed. 71 to 37 is a reduction. 37 above is no effect. Right. So suppressed, so that will be reduction. And they will, and their suppressed state will be flipped back over on. Suppressed state on. Let me just do that. They already a half squad. Okay, they were already a half squad in that vehicle. So that eliminates them. All right, well, effective fire, I guess, right there. Yeah, I think they left that vehicle. They were either traveling as a half squad in that vehicle, or they were eliminated. They fired at a half squad. Anyways, they're done. I believe that's it for the fire phase. So that, and if they were in full cover, they're not in full cover anymore. Alright, so that's it for the fire phase. Is there anything else that's going on for fire? That. Alright, that's it. So when we come back, we're going to have the movement phase. And the Soviets have a couple with movement markers. They have them, and them. They're going to be trying to move in position. He's going to try to move into a better position. Soviets only have one squad left that can, well, the Soviets have two squads that can hold buildings. Them and them. Americans have three squads. Yes. 1, 2, 3. So the Americans have three squads that can hold buildings over there. And the Soviets have two squads that can hold buildings over there. As far as armor is concerned, I think it's 50-50 right now. The Americans have a slight advantage in points because the Americans control all the river crossings. Right? So Soviets have a lot more guns to bear on the Americans. But the Americans have control of the rivers. And I don't have an exact rule for controlling this town yet. I do that the Soviets have two. Are those two half squads? Okay, there's a squad. There's a squad. So Americans have three squads. Soviets have two squads. I think in order to hold these, you're going to have squads. All right. I'm making up the rules for this as I go for controlling that town. All right. That's all. I thank you very much. You have a wonderful day. Next time, there will be less of a delay because I was sick for the past 3 days. So, one more. Thank you. Bye-bye.